and welcome back to Nerd News. Today we got a Nintendo Direct announced. It'll be on Thursday, 10/6, and it will mostly focus on the Mario movie. We also have a ton of new Yu-Gi-Oh news, including a ton of reveals, some TCG exclusives, and more. Let's get started. Let's start with CD Projekt Red. They put up this image on Twitter, and it's a long post, a thread of information, but the outline of it is here. This is their long-term product outlook. They have 3 Witcher games in development. We have Sirius being produced or being created by Molasses Flood. It is a new Witcher game in the universe of The Witcher. CD Projekt Red is helping but not developing this game. It'll have multiplayer but also a single-player story and campaign. The new Witcher trilogy, that's being made by CD Projekt Red themselves. And they have Canis Majoris. This is just another Witcher game. They didn't really offer a whole lot of an explanation on this one. Just that it will be being developed by an external studio who have worked with The Witcher in the past. This is a new game, a new full-fledged Witcher game, but separate from the new trilogy that they're doing, being created by a third-party studio. We have new Cyberpunk stuff. We know Phantom Liberty is coming in 2023, and then Orion is a sequel to Cyberpunk 2077 being created by CD Projekt Red. And then they announced a new IP, Hater. This is also being created by CD Projekt Red. We don't really know a whole lot about this one either. It's just a new IP. This one, it seems that they're not actually doing any development yet. This is at the very ground level. They just, I guess, have an idea and are fleshing that out. But looking at this, there are currently 4 titles being worked on by CD Projekt Red. That's a lot. Considering the state Cyberpunk released in and the amount of problems that they had, it taken them like 2 years to get the game to a playable state. I don't have a lot of confidence in any of this, to be honest. The Witcher series, I haven't played, but I've heard really good things about. But honestly, after Cyberpunk 2077, I don't really have a huge amount of faith in them. I was really looking forward to Cyberpunk, but when the reviews started coming out and no one was allowed to talk about a lot of things, and they were only being played on PC, and they could only show certain footage, they couldn't use their own footage. There was a whole mess with that. I really don't have a whole lot of faith or trust in CD Projekt Red at the moment. When these come out, if they look good, I will obviously admit that they look good and probably play it if it is good. But honestly, from this, I mean, they're not showing anything here. They're obviously just telling us, here's some things that might be coming or that are planned for the future. I don't have a whole lot of faith in them making 4 projects at once. At the very least, Phantom Liberty looks pretty good, and it's probably pretty much done or almost done. So maybe that'll come out and be good, and they can focus on some of these other things. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in them at the moment. Next up, we have the new trailer for the Dead Space remake. I haven't played Dead Space personally, but this trailer looks really, really good. I'm pretty excited for this. I'm probably going to pick this up. It looks good. Kind of sucks. It comes out in January, same month as Fire Emblem. Fire Emblems are pretty long games, so gonna be torn between the two, but I'll try to make it work because this looks really, really good. If you really like Dead Space and you're interested, Limited Run Games is also doing pre-orders for the Dead Space Collector's Edition, and it comes with a full-size wearable helmet. Pre-orders go to October 4th. You get some other stuff too, like a steelbook and a lithograph, a soundtrack, some other stuff. It looks really good. That's coming from Limited Run. Like I said, it looks like a good game, but I haven't actually played it, so I don't have a whole lot to say on this. Looks interesting though. I like the horror. It looks like a scary Halo. I could get into that. And next up we have the Nintendo Direct. This will be coming Thursday, October 6th. And it's just about the Mario movie. It's pretty much just going to be a trailer for the Mario movie as far as I understand. We knew about the Mario movie trailer coming out this week before, but now we're getting a direct for it. So we'll probably show the trailer and then maybe talk about it a little bit. Finally going to see what this movie looks like from the poster for the direct. It doesn't look bad. I'm a little disappointed that Mario's ass cheeks are kind of tiny, but, it is what it is. Other than that, the trailer looks really good. It looks quite a bit like Nintendo Land with the scaling on the walls for the pipes and stuff. I like the floating islands that I'm seeing. It gives me the vibes of like the platforming in the games, how that kind of seems to take place on like its own little island will be just in here. I would like to see how they translate maybe some of the platforming elements to the movie in it, not necessarily like him running up a platform or whatever, but maybe they can do something with that that'll kind of tie that in. That'd be interesting at least. Obviously we haven't seen it yet, so I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm really looking forward to this though. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. I don't have a whole lot of faith in Illumination, but with Nintendo working directly with them to make it, I mean, Illumination isn't exactly a bad animation studio. They make good animation. They just don't do anything else very well. So if they handle the animation and Nintendo does everything else, this might turn out good. I hope they stick to Mario music and we're not getting a whole bunch of random pop songs, because that's going to be annoying. Mario already has fantastic music. We don't need random garbage thrown in, but that's how Illumination tends to make movies, so we'll see. We'll talk more about this on Thursday when it happens, or I guess Friday morning. It'll be in the Friday morning Nerd News after it happens. We'll see. I'm keeping my hopes up, personally. I'm keeping my hopes up. It can only be so bad, right? Like, it can't be as bad as the live-action Mario movie. Right? Alright, and next up we have some spoilers from Magnificent Maiden's Yu-Gi-Oh! Set. We already kind of know what's going to be in this. It's the Sky Striker, Mayakashi, and Witchcrafter little box that was released in Japan, I think, like, last holiday. And it just... We're getting it now, but without all the extra stuff. I think we're still getting the sleeves, but we're not getting like the little extra trinkets. This was something that was included in the Japanese one, the Madame Veer. These won't be in there at all. They won't be in there at all, but instead they're adding the Ishizu cards that were supposed to be in the Earth Duelist pack that we just didn't get. So, yay, we're probably gonna have some expensive Ishizu cards in here. The only thing that is new to us that I want to point out is Trap Trick Sarah is going to be getting a reprint in here. This card doesn't have a reprint yet, and it's a pretty expensive secret rare from an older Battles of Legend. The deck isn't particularly good. Like, I mean, it's fine. Like, it's a fine deck, but the deck's not particularly good. So getting a reprint for an expensive card that doesn't need to be expensive is always good. And the Sky Striker, Mayakashi, Witchcrafter stuff it all looks fine. We've already seen it. We know the fusion for the Witchcrafters. We got the Mayakashi trap here, the Sky Striker spell. Nothing really standing out to me on this banner. Pretty much everything we expected. Just Trap Trick Sarah. One thing you don't see is Sword Soul Moye, who we know is in the set. So we'll see what other reprints get placed in here, but Trap Trick Sarah reprint. It's welcomed. And next up we have a TCG exclusive that was shown off today, and it is Destructive Dorama Karma Cannon. Normal trap, change as many monsters on the field as possible to face down defense position. Then, if either player controls a face-up monsters, they must send all face-up monsters they control to the graveyard. So this doesn't destroy, it's non-targeting, and it sends everything to the grave. Really good. That is fantastic. Also, it sets everything, so it's like a trap version of Book of Eclipse, except anything that's still face up just gets sent to the graveyard, so it kind of is like a trap version of Book of Eclipse that also affects Link monsters, which is good. That's something... This is a really good card for just generic trap decks. This is definitely something they're going to want. I've seen people say it's kind of a worse Torrential Tribute, and that's true. However, Torrential Tribute also gets rid of your monsters, whereas setting your monsters can be very beneficial in a lot of decks that would like Torrential Tribute. Something like Subterror would love this card because it's just another way to set all of your monsters, and then it sends everything your opponent has to the graveyard. Something like Ghost Strix would like this because it sets all of their monsters and then sends your opponent's stuff to the graveyard. So this is just generically good for back row decks as a whole. It can reset like the Conquistadors, just, it does a lot of things. It sets things instead of destroying them. So in the decks that would play this, you would benefit from your cards being set, and all your opponent's cards are going to get sent to the graveyard, or they're going to get set, but they're not going to get a lot of the bonuses off it. Seems like a good card. I'm liking this. This is a good TCG exclusive. And next up, Plunder Patrol finally got a new ship, and it's the Earth ship that they've been asking for. It is a Fiend Synchro Pendulum effect. It is an Earth level 8 with 1500 attack, 3000 defense. Its pendulum effect is you can only use this pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. You can declare one attribute, return this card to the extra deck, and if you special summon one Plunder Patrol token, Fiend level 4/0/0 with that attribute to each field in defense position. So it puts an attribute on your field and your opponent's field, and it's a Plunder Patrol card, so that's good. Monster effect, it's a one tuner, one non-tuner, so it's generic. You can only use the first and second monster effects of this card's name each once per turn. If your opponent special summons a monsters, you can add one Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand. Then, if this card is equipped with a Plunder Patrol card, you can special summon one Plunder Patrol monster from your deck. That's really good. This searches any Plunder Patrol card. Spell, trap, monster, doesn't matter. Just searches a Plunder Patrol card. And if it has an equipped Plunder Patrol, which is not really a big deal, you get to special summon a Plunder from the deck. That's good. That is a good card. Second effect, you can target one Plunder Patrol card in your graveyard, add it to your hand, and if you do, place this card in your Pendulum Zone. That's also good. You can recycle a card, and then it puts this in your Pendulum Zone to activate the Pendulum effect. This is really good. This is a really good card. I'm sure Plunder players are going to be happy with this as their Earth ship. This is good. Finally an Earth ship. I kind of want to play Plunder, because pirates are cool. But anyway, good card. And that's all the news for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on the Mario movie. I'm hopeful. I remain hopeful. But we'll see. I want to hear if you think it's going to be good, though. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.